Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to what will hopefully be a better day of Pokemon than the last couple. I've been on a bit of a dry spell recently. This team has been really struggling in the mirror matchup that I've been playing outside of the game, and has all in all just kind of been a little lackluster recently. It does great against teams with Groudons and the like the standard Japanese teams that everyone was playing, but now that other people are starting to adopt the Rayquaza Kyogre core, it makes things more difficult, and in the end I feel like I'm only using 4 of my Pokemon. I bring the Genies almost all the time, I bring the Rayquaza, and I bring the Kyogre. I very rarely, I think once or twice tops, have found a use for the Ludicolo and the Rain option, so this team is going to have to go through some changes because it's now at like a 60% win ratio. So anyway, trying to have a better day. I went 1-1 before, and my practice earlier was kind of rough. So we're going to see what I can do here. I think leading out the Raichu is going to be a problem. So to that end, I like Landorus. I don't like Mawile. I think Landorus Rayquaza is a safe play. I think Kyogre cleans up pretty well. And I like Thundurus for being able to deal with some of his late game. Thundurus does a pretty decent job against other Rayquaza and things like Rayquaza, or whatever you want to call him. I don't really care. That Lapras is kind of threatening. But given that I'm about to Mega Evolve, its Ice type attacks are only super effective, not I'm gonna die effective. So we're going to Mega Evolve Dragon Claw while we Earthquake as well. The Raichu is more than likely Focus Sash, Lightning Rod, trying to support its other teammates, and that's fine. That makes a lot of sense. I see the Fake Out coming on the Landorus. Yep. I get the Dragon Claw, I bring it to its Sash, that's fine. I do take a little bit of damage, I can't move, and the Hydro Pump! Oh. Well, that was nifty. I did not foresee that connecting with me. Let's see if I can't just get some damage down on this thing, and I'm going to Extreme Speed the Raichu to get it off the board so I can get my Thunderbolt. Most Raichus don't carry Protect, so this is a pretty safe play. Yep. That gets it out of the way. I get my Thunderbolt. Deals some decent damage, but given that it is an AV Lapras, it's always going to be about a 3-hit KO. Now here's his own Rayquaza. And I think I need to stun it. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave. And given that, well, he could, what is it? He could Ice Shard me here. I don't really want to see that happen. I get my Protect. Does he go for it too? He does. The Thunder Wave goes out. It obviously doesn't connect. And the Freeze Dry comes out. So that tells me that his Lapras doesn't have... What is it that I'm looking for? Yeah, Lapras doesn't have Ice Shard. Otherwise, he would have used it by now. So we're going to get the stun on the Rayquaza. I really can't afford to switch into my Kyogre because Kyogre does beat it in the end. So I guess I'm going to try the Speed Tie here. And go for damage on the Lapras. And I guess we'll try the Ascend. Its high power might be enough for the KO. I get the Paralysis off, which works. His Dragon Ascent comes out first. I lose the Speed Tie there. And the Sheer Cold connects. And now I'm looking at a lost game. Because that's going to be water absorb, so I can't kill it because sheer cold connected. I have to forfeit. I have no outs in that game. Ugh. What an ugly day of Pokemon. My ladder ranking has just plummeted because of stuff like that on here. But hey, you gotta play through it. I can't really think of anything that I could have done differently because I wasn't playing around a sheer cold. And in reality, that's really not something I should anticipate running into. Maybe on the Smeargle variant that's been running around, but no, it's just not a standard play. Not when you should be carrying the Ice Shard, although I guess that proves me wrong, but it's a very small percentage of them that will ever work. So I just, that's just frustrating. We gotta shake it off. Watch my last video for talks about, you know, how to not be dying on tilt. Okay. What am I gonna do to try and power out this one? Let's try Ludicolo. Ludicolo is really passive except on the Kyogre, but it does shoot Ice Beam, so it does well against the Whimsicott. It does come with Fake Out Pressure turn 1. So let's go Ludicolo Kyogre, just to open up the rain and see what happens. I can try and get a Calm Mind off, and that's one avenue that I built on this team, is something that can be used, but it's also something that I've never used yet, so we'll see how it works. I'm not really worried about beating the Kyogre. I'm more worried about beating the Bouffalant, mostly because I don't know what a Bouffalant can do. So let's see what happens. I moved first, which is good. I'm going to go for the Fake Out, Reckless, Sap Sipper. Oh, Sap Sipper, that's a bitch. And I'm going to Calm Mind. That's a pretty good support for his Kyogre. He rotates into the Klefki. I get the Fake Out, which is great. He flinches. And up comes my Calm Mind. Now he's going to end up throwing the Thunder Wave around. The only question is onto what. It's now probably going to be my Kyogre. Oh no, he could still want to cripple my Ludicolo. That makes sense. I'm going to go for the Origin Pulse. Get an Intimidate off on this Bouffalant. And just deal some... Oh, no, yeah, he did go for my Kyogre, which makes sense. And the Wild Charge doesn't kill me, which is wonderful. I'm not stunned. It connects with the Klefki. It misses the Bouffalant. One. I can take one. It's a KO. We're making progress. Okay, so now... what am I going to do here? That Kyogre threatens a lot of damage. I'm going to go for the Superpower on the Bouffalant, and I'm just going to throw the Origin Pulse on the Kyogre. Oh, that's slick. So this Superpower not doing a ton, because it's a Mewtwo. Yeah, he throws his Origin Pulse. That's going to get rid of my Landorus. It shouldn't KO my Kyogre, and it missed as well. And... okay. I pick up another KO on the Mewtwo, and life is good. We're going to bring my Rayquaza in now. Mega Evolve, Dragon Ascent, the Bouffalant, and just protect my Kyogre. His shouldn't be able to get the KO, especially since I just changed the weather. The Head Charge, not enough. I do move faster, so now it's gone, and I win the game with Ludicolo. So he's actually doing something now. Alright. There really is nothing to be... well, no, there is something to be gained from rotating I re-changed the weather, but I will change the weather again in a second anyway. So I'm just going to go for the fake out. And the Dragon Ascent for the win. Okay. Alright. This team can still get some wins despite the fact that I'm in the pits on the showdown ladder. Let's try one more. See if I can at least go 2-1 on the day. Now this is a difficult one. And once again, the Rayquaza Kyogre core. Talonflame. Talonflame is a really popular Pokemon right now, and it's understandable why. It counters a lot of the unique things about most of these top tier Mons right now. It can be built to quick guard Kangaskhan's. Excuse me. It deals strong damage against other Kyogres, which is why it's on teams with Groudon a lot of the time. It gets buffed by the sun. It can set up tailwinds. That's the biggest issue. So the question is how to beat it. Landorus, Rayquaza, I think is the best way to beat it. I gotta bring my own Kyogre. And let's try... We'll try Thundurus. Yeah, he changes. That's fine. I'm just going to drop the Rock Slide, Mega Evolve, and Dragon Ascent. Yes, he will probably get the Tailwind up, but it gets rid of the Talonflame. Brings the weather back in my favor. Yeah, he's just going for it. There's no way to actually prevent the Tailwind all the way. It's just how much damage can I deal right now. And he still tanks, so in my attempt to get all the damage, I actually made things worse for myself. That's a bit of a bummer. We're going to bring Thundurus in, and we're going to get the Talonflame off the board before it does anything crazy to me. He does shoot the Water Spout. Okay. That's a cool play, and he brings in his own Rayquaza. That's fine. I'm thinking... Oh, what's he gonna do here? I can't read too deep, so let's not read too deep. And try and just look at this on the face. His Tailwind is up, so he can beat me down. Thunder Wave, protect. He also protected. So in the end, that was a misplay. And he goes for the Ice Beam. Doesn't remove my Thundurus. That's fine. I'm going to go for it again. The Thunder Wave. And try and bring my Landorus in. He does get the extreme speed. That hurts. But his Tailwind is now up. And yeah, this game is ugly. I'm basically done, I think, here. There's not much I can do. I should be able to outspeed the Rayquaza before it really punishes me. I have to go for the Ice Beam, I have to go for the Dragon Ascent, and I have to just pray that his builds are really shabby. But even then, whatever he has in the back is probably going to beat my Kyogre, because it's more than likely a scizor, and I don't have an answer for that. So yeah, this team is... Oh, well, that's one way to start getting back into it. Was that the scizor? It is the scizor. Okay. Not dead yet. Not looking too good, but still not dead yet. So we just gotta play it out. Wow! And the bullet punch for the unfortunate win for my opponent. Really didn't think the bullet punch was gonna be able to KO. And yeah, now he wins. I can go for the ice beam, but it doesn't matter because he extreme speeds. And I'm 1-2. Boy. What can be said? I might have been trolled because I didn't catch that his name was in there twice, but I don't really care. It is what it is. And yeah, this team needs to be revamped. It's struggling. The takeaway from today, I never use the small while, and I very rarely ever use the Ludicolo, so I think I'm going to change those out again and make them something that's a little more viable. Because this core has some serious weaknesses and is just getting punished by all sorts of stuff. I have also been leading poorly. The Landorus Rayquaza lead was a bad idea. I should have tried at least to, I don't know. I feel like I should have brought my Thundurus earlier because it would have had more options. In the end, there's really nothing I can do. So, yeah, the takeaway, rebuild the team because when Mons are useless, they're useless. Hope you guys learned something too. I hope you're seeing how the meta's evolving with me. If you got any tips or comments, let me know. And let's keep building. Catch you later.